The Kaaimans River Pass links the towns of George and Knysna on the N2 and was built between 1949 and 1953. The pass also contains the first curved bridge in South Africa. Kaaimans River Pass is not to be trifled with and has earned the reputation as one of the most dangerous passes in South Africa. The combination of steep gradients and very sharp corners is a lethal one, resulting in this pass causing more fatal accidents than any other pass in South Africa. To balance that rather alarming statistic, it also has some of the most beautiful views to be found anywhere on any pass in this country. The pass starts just outside George at the lip of the Swartrafie ravine and ends at the Tow River estuary in Wilderness. Obey the speed limits, as there are up to 3 camera traps, and take note there are different limits for different lanes. The speed limit for the left lane is between 40 and 60 km per hour and includes a compulsory stop for heavy vehicles, whereas the right lane carries a speed limit of between 60 and 80 km per hour. The persistently high accident rate, with often devastating consequences, has prompted the traffic authorities to set up a series of strategically placed camera traps. This bridge takes traffic over the small but powerful Swartrafie, which plunges down a waterfall on the right-hand side of the road and forms a confluence later with the Kaaimans River itself. The first permanent camera trap is placed approximately 100 meters after the bridge. Coming up is the 120-degree left-hand bend, which causes most of the accidents. Note the split in the curve separating ascending and descending traffic, in the process averting head-on collisions. The road then immediately goes into a very wide right-hand bend, which includes the crossing of the Kaaimans River. This curved bridge is reputed to be the first of its kind built in South Africa between the years 1949 and 1952. About 500 meters after the bridge, you can turn to the right and gain access to a secluded picnic area in a shady section of indigenous forests via a low-level concrete causeway. If you have a canoe or other small craft, you can explore the waterfall up the Swartrafie in a spectacular and dark gorge. The graceful curves of the bridge become more evident at river level. From here you can take an easy walk along the eastern bank of the river, which will take you all the way to the mouth of the river, where you can take a good look at the famous Kaaimans rail bridge. There are several privately owned homes on the opposite bank of the river. The waters here are normally clear and tea-colored, but in this footage the waters are brown due to muddy downflow after heavy rains. During the 19th century, this gorge was considered not suitable for constructing a road, and the Old Cape Road, or Seven Passes Road as it was more commonly known, was routed several kilometers further inland. You can view all of the Seven Passes elsewhere on this website. The Seven Passes Road, built by Thomas Bain and his brother-in-law Adam de Smet, carried all the traffic between the two towns of George and Knysna for almost 70 years, until this road was commissioned in 1952. Over long sections of the pass, you'll notice expansion joints on the roadway. These form part of a cantilevered bridge system. The instability of the geology, combined with heavy rain, have given road engineers here many headaches over the decades. Coming up is the Dolphin Point view site, which is only accessible for westbound traffic. It offers picture-perfect views of the Kaaimans River estuary, the rail bridge and tunnel, with the warm waters of the Indian Ocean kissing the sun-drenched beaches of Wilderness to the east. A separate view site for eastbound traffic has been constructed approximately 50 meters further. If the wind is from the southeast, you'll frequently see paragliders with their multicolored wings directly overhead the road. During the year 2000, serious floods severely damaged the railway line between George and Knysna. Steam trains based at George used to ply this route several times a day, thrilling tourists with spectacular sea views and traversing indigenous forests. Damage to the railway line was so severe that repair work was deemed to be too expensive, and with that came the demise of the much-loved and revered Outeniqua choo-choo. Unstable rock types, frequent flooding, and bus and truck accidents are the most common causes of the closure of this pass. Whilst negotiating the split-level corner after the first camera trap, Note how many vehicles have left scrape marks against the center barrier. The speed limit changes to 60 km per hour, where the road levels off on the outskirts of Wilderness Village, where there is a second camera trap enforcing the speed limit. The pass carries major traffic volumes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Along this final section of the descent into Wilderness, there are very good examples of how engineers have managed to stabilize the rock face using the technique of shotcrete. These views of the pass, taken from Wilderness Village, looking westwards towards Dolphin Point, clearly illustrate the extent of the cantilevered roadway.